There is a lot of talk about mirrorless cameras. There's a lot of mirrorless cameras released all the time. But video cameras, camcorders, have been available for decades, from the beginning of portable video recorders back in analog days. They have evolved now into all singing and all dancing devices that, at least on paper, look incredible. All in, lenses, filters, and all the video formats you can shake the stick at. This top-of-the-range Panasonic HC-X2 is no exception. It is a 4K professional camcorder, 4K 60p, 10-bit recording, HLG and Vlog, and live streaming capabilities. So the questions are, is it actually good? How does it compare to similarly priced mirrorless camera? Is this a camera for you? In this video, I'll answer all those questions and more. So stick around, don't skip, and I'll tell you more about it. Disclaimer first, I have this camera on loan from Panasonic UK, but as always, I was not asked or paid to say anything specific about it, and this is my honest and 100% unbiased opinion about this camera. So firstly, let's talk about its main features and the quality it delivers. It does pack a punch settings wise. You do have a 4K 4:2 10-bit recording options available. The highest settings are only available in long GOP, and all intra is available when you start dropping resolution down a bit. Not a huge issue with a camera like this in my opinion. Still pro level formats. You also get HLG and Vlog, high dynamic and flat profiles for extra room when color grading your footage. What it does have is everything for a specific type of filmmaker or videographer. This is all built-in solution that does it all. Built-in zoom lens, whopping 24.5 to 490mm zoom in the full frame terms, 20 times zoom. This is giant and makes filming with truly versatile option. The catch is that it is a changeable aperture, or iris in this case, lens. So more you zoom in, more light you'll need. Good news is that the camera has got insane built-in optical stabilization and 5-axis hybrid one, and actually filming with it handheld is totally doable even at the long end of the zoom. Built-in ND filters, very handy when you run and gun and do not want to fiddle with screw-on filters all the time. Dual SD card slots, built-in LCD screen and pro-grade viewfinder. Built-in microphone and the option to connect your own mics via included XLR inputs. Fully auto and fully manual control of everything. So, how does it perform? Very well actually. It delivers a very crisp and pro-looking video. In my opinion, it is not directly comparable to a mirrorless camera with a high quality prime lens, and maybe it is a little bit less cinematic, but that depends on how you define what does qualify as cinematic. Here is the same shot filmed with, or similar shot filmed with this HC-X2 and Lumix S5 IIX with similar focal length and aperture iris settings. As I said, not really directly comparable, as these cameras are totally different tools for different jobs. In a nutshell, it is possible to match this to S5 IIX or GH6 or any other hybrid mirrorless camera if used right. The smaller 1-inch sensor in this camera is going to have to work harder in lower light conditions. As soon as you start cranking the gain, or ISO if you prefer to call that, the footage will become grainy, but even using small LED light to lift things up is going to make a huge difference. It's not a camera, which camera is, designed to film in pitch blackness with. Darker it is, especially in auto, you are going to get more noise. Higher the ISO or gain setting, in this case, more digital noise you are going to see. High sensitivity setting or mode smooth things out a bit, but as with all photography, videography, the light is the king and your best friend. Here's actually a little film I have filmed entirely with this camera.
My name is Charlotte Boothman and I'm a silversmith. I've been a wedding photographer for nearly 20 years, but when COVID hit, I couldn't work in the business for 18 months, so I started playing about with metal, copper, and then thought, oh, I might make a silver ring, so I started making some silver pieces, and I posted the first pair of earrings on Facebook, and they sold straight away, so I thought, maybe I can do this for a living. I learned a lot by watching other Instagram jewelers, a bit of YouTube, and I have done some masterclasses with some jewelers with specific end goals, like stone setting and stuff like that. So but mainly self-taught. My business is called Made with Love in Lancashire because I'm a Lancashire maker. Mostly I make jewellery for women, but a lot of it's unisex. Earrings, pendants, chain, specialist in chain making, rings, and I've just moved into engagement rings and wedding rings. Oh, the future. Getting better, making less mistakes, moving into precious stones, so hopefully diamonds, sapphires, that kind of thing. It's a very expensive hobby, but if I can sell some engagement rings, maybe that would be where I'd like to be.
The autofocus works okay. I can't say that it's spectacular or groundbreaking. It works. It is a video camera, and in practice in real world situations, I found this works better when I helped it a tiny bit now and then. As soon as you touch the focus ring, the manual focus kicks in and you can force the AF in milliseconds to work faster or to go in the right direction if or when it is struggling. It's just a case of getting used to how it all works. In a way, doing this auto, manual, hybrid focusing, letting camera do part of the job and you helping it out makes you more in control of what actually is happening focus-wise. You can control pretty much all the functions of the camera, including the zoom and focus via a free Panasonic app called HSROP via your smartphone or a tablet. Great if you are operating more than one camera by yourself and need to control one or more remotely. The app lets you connect to and control up to 8 of these cameras at the same time. This would be very useful for someone shooting events like a wedding, for example, on their own, as you can start and stop recording and tweak settings on your second or third camera remotely. The only problem is that the app doesn't allow you to see the live feed from the camera, so you kind of have to be next to the camera to see what changes you are making. Who is this camera for? A filmmaker, a real filmmaker that is not interested in shooting photos at all with the same camera and who doesn't need or want a hybrid camera. For someone who needs an all-in-one solution, professional solution for run and gun type of scenarios. Documentary makers, news coverage, events, etc. You don't need to worry about changing lenses, adding filters or anything like ND filters or anything like that. You switch it on and you go. Probably the biggest feature and the biggest selling point is the built-in live streaming capability. Panasonic are specializing in this and they offer this with many of their cameras, but this being all-in-one solution for filming makes it more versatile. You can connect it to the streaming platform like YouTube or Twitch directly over Wi-Fi and without the need of a computer. This makes this camera a perfect choice for covering live events with less hassle or less effort. I have found the menu system a little bit confusing to use. Also, some of the button navigation on the camera is not clearly obvious. You need to read the manual, unfortunately. This is because I am used to hybrid or photo cameras. Here things are sometimes, very often, called different names, and there are lots of very video specific settings or controls that you just don't get with hybrid cameras. I'm surprised, however, that you still have to set the shutter speed double of the frame rate you are shooting at when shooting in manual. As it is a video specific camera, it should have a shutter angle in degrees available. It hasn't. It has, however, got a shutter synchro scan option allowing you to change shutter speed in very small increments to eliminate light flickering, for example. If you only ever used camcorders or dedicated video cameras, this will make you feel at home and there will be much smaller learning or readjusting curve. Same if you never used any cameras before. This is just how it is. Build. Yeah, it's no hiding the fact it's a big camera. It's not camcorder to take with you on your family vacation. It's also heavy, 2.5 kilogram, but much lighter than anything equivalent to this that is not all in one solution. As soon as you leave the house with it, it will attract attention to you and to some degree will make you look like you know what you are doing if you do or don't. The buttons are laid out really neatly and most are very self-explanatory. One that isn't is the toggle wheel. This needs to be scrolled to select the right tool on the screen before being pressed and scrolled again to make adjustments. Also, some functions accessible via the menu are in the strange places and not very intuitive to find. Again, getting used to the camera and reading the manual, which I'm not exactly used to, solves all these niggles that I have personally have with it. One thing that is surprising is that there is no recording indicator on the LCD screen, full-time recording indicator on the LCD screen of viewfinder. There are two tally lamps on the camera body, one in front and one on top. And you can switch on the red dot on the screen for only 5 seconds when activated. But in some scenarios, you just want to see on the screen that the camera is actually recording. It would be great to have a red frame around the screen on that just simple red dot full time on. To make things easier or more user-friendly, there are 14 custom user buttons that can be customized to whatever function you need to access quickly. 9 physical buttons on the camera and 5 on a special custom menu. 2 extra audio inputs with phantom power, 2 start and stop buttons, with this one being protected by a little cover so you don't press it accidentally when carrying the camera by the top handle. You can tell that the design is a result of years and years of evolution and feedback from people using camcorders like this. Everything is just making it feel like it is an extension of you, not something you have to fight to operate. Everything is very ergonomically laid out. SDI out, full-size HDMI out, timecode in and out. It also has got a LAN socket for connecting it to the network with a cable. Tiltable viewfinder with this big iCoupe LCD screen that is stored inside of the camera when not in use. Standard size mounting holes on the top handle for attaching extra accessories to it, hot shoe mount for lights, monitors and whatever else you want to put on there, and it comes with detachable shotgun mic mount too. Supplied one chunky battery with it, but it comes with dual charger, and the power cable for the charger can be used to power the camera from the mains with. The lens does not extend when zooming in, it's all internal. It has got 3 rings, the focus, zoom and aperture iris control, all very smooth. Focus ring can be set to react in linear or non-linear way as well, depending on your preferences. Price, it's not a cheap camera. It retails for £2,800 here in UK or $3,200 in US. You do, however, get a lot for your money. If buying a mirrorless camera, for example, like Lumix S5 2X, you pay a very similar price for the camera body only. Then you have to buy lenses. To cover the range this camera covers, you are looking at triple the price of this instantly. Then you have to buy a microphone, ND filters, and to use it all, you have to juggle all the individual components to make it all work. This has got it all built in. In effect, the price of it is a very good value for money for what you are getting here. Not only a good video camera, but also all the extras built in. Final thoughts? I just said it. It's a video camera, good video camera. Yes, if you know what you are doing, you could make the footage out of it look cinematic, but it is, after all, a video camera, camcorder. In my opinion, it is more a functional and practical tool to capture video with than a camera to be creative or cinematic with, although you can do that with it if you want to. Not only superb choice for a seasoned pro who needs a run and gun camera, shoot a documentary or cover the events with, but also a camera for anyone who needs all-in-one, relatively easy to use solution. Also, this is a perfect choice for live event coverage. Direct connection to streaming services and that ultra versatile zoom could be a game changer for a lot of videographers out there. Overall, very good professional camera, a very specific tool for many varied applications, and one that can make way more sense to videographers who are used to video cameras, not cinema or hybrid cameras. It delivers solid video results for a very competitive price. I like it. And this is it from me. I hope this video was in some way informative and helpful. If it was, please give me the thumbs up, follow me on Instagram and consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. High sensitivity. High sensitivity. Who is this camera for? A filmmaker, a real famer. The buttons are laid out really neatly